I sometimes get told that I'm a fan of Kingdom Come Deliverance. I don't know what they're talking about. I'm currently sat here wearing my Kingdom Come Deliverance hoodie over my Kingdom Come Deliverance top, drinking Kingdom Come Deliverance beer. That's a lie. They haven't sent me any. Revealed in 2014, Kingdom Come Deliverance stood out. I think what stood out to me most about this trailer was the fact that this was being made out of passion and a love for the setting. When you're making a game that's so focused on being set in 1403 Bohemia, you're probably not making this for money purposes. You're making this because you love the setting and you want to tell an amazing story. And for me, that's what got me excited for Kingdom Come Deliverance. Skipping forward to about 2017, we finally saw beta gameplay. This was from people such as ESO and Lady Lydia. I was hooked. I loved the look of this. There were some really interesting differences with this version of the game and the main game we got. Firstly, Henry wasn't Henry. He was some random guy. And another interesting thing that I noticed is in the main quest, you have to find a guy called Riki. That story arc takes you to Ledechko, but in this beta, it was set in Townburg Town. There are some really interesting changes that I kind of wish we had access to. I would love to have played this early beta. But on February 13th, 2018, Kingdom Come Deliverance was released on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. I'm going to say it right now, Kingdom Come Deliverance's launch was rocky. There were major performance issues. There were bugs. Some were funny, including the ones where you would fly away if you used an alchemy station, which was kind of hilarious if I'm completely honest. But there were also bugs which would mean that you couldn't complete quests, making the game literally unbeatable. In terms of performance, I couldn't run the game very well at all. The only places where I could walk was in the field, which is why in my first video, you see me just walking around in a field because that's the only place I could record where my game actually had frames. I'm gonna say right now, it's been a year since I posted my first Kingdom Come Deliverance video, and that was a review. This is the video that got me somewhat noticed on YouTube. And without that video and without KCD, I wouldn't be doing YouTube now. So I'd like to say thank you to everyone who has stuck with me since then, because there are people who have stuck around since that video. Okay, enough shilling, back to Kingdom Come. Something that really surprised me was how quickly Warhorse Studios patched Kingdom Come Deliverance. They were on top of this game. This was possibly the fastest I had ever seen a company look at their game and go, oh crap, this is broken, we need to fix this. And I give them major props for doing that. Some companies will just release a game on Steam and then be like, well, it's done. We'll see you next year. And that's not what Warhorse did. I will say that the game probably lost players because of these early bugs. And they never came back to it because they assumed the bugs are still there. And I'm going to say right now, if you stopped playing when the game launched because of the bugs and you never came back to Kingdom Come Deliverance, Warhorse Studios has patched this game a lot. This game is great now, and I highly recommend you play it. Because that's something that I still see. I still see people in my comments saying, is it patched yet? Does it run? Is it fixed? Yes. I think it was around patch 1.3 where the game was given a massive performance boost. Another thing that Warhorse did was take in community feedback, and they added some features which a community had asked for. And I remember that in patch 1.4, one of the big things they added was the fact that you could customize Henry. So you could give him different hairstyles, you could give him different beards, he could look how you wanted him to look. Personally, I went for the whole hipster look with the man bun because I kind of think it suits Henry. Also added in patch 1.4 was the Easter update. Now this added Easter eggs all over the map, and this was really, really cool. I love it when games have these kind of events like Christmas or Easter. Some games even have Halloween. One thing that this game added, which I did a full tutorial video on, is the Easter weapon. Now this weapon was highly sought after. It was supposed to be epic. It was a real weapon. This was based on something from real life. So I finally get my hands on it, and it doesn't work for me at all. Literally, I've never got this weapon to work. I tried jabbing it, I tried slashing it, nothing. At this point, it's practically just a giant pretzel. Thankfully, I was one of the only people that had this very odd bug. Also around this time, mods were starting to be made for the game. Now, these were available through the Nexus and on other modding websites. This is not to be confused with the official modding, which is coming soon. But I'm going to recommend a couple of these custom mods to you, so if you are new to the game, these mods are really good and do not impact the game. So first up, we have the Infinite Save mod. This one personally is a must-have for me. I love being able to save whenever without having to worry about save your snaps. So this is a definite on PC. Highly recommend this one. And the other one is the Random Encounters mod. This basically makes it so you can set how many random encounters you want to have and how hard they are, so you can literally end up coming up against a human army. It's pretty awesome, so I highly recommend both of those mods. It was also around this time that we got the Treasures of the Past DLC. Now, this DLC were some really cool detailed maps that kind of hinted at where the locations were. They're kind of like pirate maps. You kind of had to work out from the pictures where these items were. Now, I'm going to say right now, these items are available already in the game. The only thing this DLC added were the maps to be able to find them. So it's kind of up to you if you're willing to pay that couple of pounds for these maps. Something happened around this time which had a lot of people talking, and it's actually my most viewed video. This is Kingdom Come Deliverance loses 95% of players. Now, this was some weird form of hit on Kingdom Come Deliverance by the news and media. This was basically saying that Kingdom Come Deliverance has lost all of its players. Now, generally, a single player game does. Once someone plays it and completes it, they generally don't come back unless something new is added, like DLC. These numbers are generally used for multiplayer games, and last time I checked, Kingdom Come Deliverance isn't multiplayer. Okay, I want to talk about the criticism surrounding Kingdom Come Deliverance, because early on, this was a big topic. A lot of this had to do with the fact that news articles were making Warhorse Studios out to be bigots, racists, and a lot of other things. I'm going to throw one thing out here right now. I'm transgender. I'm openly transgender. I've talked about it many times before, and Warhorse Studios have been nothing but the nicest of people. They have given me respect, they have given me love, they have been absolutely fantastic. So the idea that Warhorse Studios are bigots is wrong. The other fact comes that this game is racist, and that is not the case at all. 1403 was not a very diverse time. A majority of the people in Bohemia were white. That was just how it was. And I've got to give credit for Warhorse Studios for sticking to their guns and making it historically accurate, because that was their goal the entire time. This wasn't done out of racism. This was done out of historical accuracy, and it's something that I kind of find a little bit ridiculous. I think in today's age, we are very touchy. I think we are very touchy. We don't like things not being an exact way. Personally, I would never condone racism. I absolutely despise people who are racist. I think the main thing I want to try and get across here is if we're all decent human beings and we give each other respect, then we can all get along. I think we're still missing that in today's age. So it was around this time that From the Ashes was released, alongside the hardcore mode. Oh, good God, the hardcore mode. I played it once and got stuck in an infinite loop where I needed to sleep and then eat because I got hungry while I was sleeping, and then I needed to sleep again because I got sleepy when I was eating, and I just got in an infinite loop and stopped playing. I've been asked multiple times to do a hardcore let's play. Honestly, it's not the best idea. I absolutely suck at it, but a lot of people have enjoyed it, and I do like the fact that they added this in. Something cool that it did add was the fact that there was no HUD, so you couldn't see where you were on the map. They even took away the map marker, so you actually had to direct yourself via the sun, and I thought that was incredible. So alongside this, of course, came From the Ashes. Now, I loved this DLC. This possibly is my favorite DLC. Getting to build Biscuit Town is possibly some of my favorite memories from playing Kingdom Come Deliverance in 2018. I adored it. I thought the story was great. I love the fact that you actually had to go out and get different people into your town. You had to meet people that you may have not run across before, and I thought it was just done so well. Now, there were quite a lot of complaints that if you had enough money, in theory, you could just outright buy everything and the DLC was practically over. But that doesn't take into account the fact that you still had to go out and get different people for the stores to make them the best that they could be. So yeah, it was a little bit short, but personally I didn't take that on board just because I didn't have much money. So I actually had to make money, and I may have put in a few command codes, but that's not the point. I enjoyed it nonetheless. Next up, we had the tournament mode, and yes, you've probably seen in the last couple of videos, I've been playing the tournament mode quite a lot. I really like it. It's awesome. It's something that I was asking for from the start. I just think it's a great addition. It's something else to do in the game. Plus, you can get some really cool armor from doing this. And the random encounter that you end up getting with Black Peter is possibly one of my favorites, just because how much detail they put into this tiny little encounter you can have with him. I think it's fantastic. The amorous adventures of the bold Sir Hans. It introduced us to Hans' love, Carolina. I've got to miss saying that, if I'm completely honest. I love Hans Capon. I think the story between him and Henry is so well done. His character development throughout the game is great, and I love the fact that he doesn't change that much. It's basically your opinion that changes throughout the game, and I really like that. So to be able to spend more times with Hans was great. After this, the Band of Bastards DLC came out, and I'm still playing through that, so we're going to be having more episodes of that coming soon. Personally, I'm enjoying it. I think it's pretty awesome. I hate the Dangler. I'm going to throw it out there right now. Although, I do love the Stone. I think he is an awesome character, and there are some pretty funny moments with him. So yes, I highly recommend you pick up Band of Bastards. Plus, it's cheaper than the other DLC. Both the Hans Capon DLC and From the Ashes were $7.99, and this one for some reason is $6.99. But you have a lot more combat in this one. I don't know why that's the case, but it is. And over the last couple of months, we have had a couple of documentaries released about the game. We had one that was done by a pretty big YouTube channel, but we've also had an official making of documentary that was made by Warhorse themselves. And both of those, I'll be leaving a link in the description below to make sure to go and check them out. Alongside that, recently came the Combat Academy video. This was talking about the combat in the game and how it worked and how they researched it. And there's a load of interviews with people who actually know what they're doing, so I highly recommend you check that out as well. Over the last year, Kingdom Come Deliverance has developed, it has grown, and it has found a place in my heart as one of the most sincere games I've ever played. Nothing beats walking through one of Kingdom Come Deliverance's beautiful forest sections. It is absolutely stunning and is possibly one of the most beautiful games I have ever played. And that is on my potato PC. It really does look great. In terms of the future, Kingdom Come Deliverance is only going to be getting bigger. We are also having the Woman's Lot DLC, where we are finally going to be able to play as Teresa, which I think is going to be really interesting to see where that storyline goes. Also, we are going to be getting a dog companion, who is the dog that we met at the start of the game, so that's going to be pretty awesome. And then later on, we're going to be getting modding support, which is completely official. Modders are going to be given, in theory, the modding tools to be able to add quests and other stuff, and maybe even overhauls. And this, I think, is where Kingdom Come Deliverance is going to find longevity, because not only are we going to have the main story as well as the DLC, but we are also going to be able to have people making new quests, new storylines, adding new characters. Personally, I can't wait for this period of Kingdom Come Deliverance. I think that most single players have this problem where once the game is over and all the DLC is released, that's it. But with games that add modding support, it really does give them longevity. People are still playing Skyrim 8 years after it was released because they've added in new quests. People are still playing Fallout 3 because there are new quests being added still by modders. I love modding, so yes, that is a big thing that is coming in the future. You can generally pick up Kingdom Come Deliverance for around £19.99 on sale, and if you can, I highly recommend it. It's been an amazing year for Kingdom Come Deliverance, and I can't believe it was 6 months ago that I did the 6 months later video. That's ridiculous. It only feels like last month. It's crazy. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this and I didn't ramble too much about my favourite game of 2018. But yes, thanks for watching, but until next time, that's me, out. Bye guys.